Hey guys, Cinder Ash here with another quick and easy penance guide. Today we're going to be talking about Flawless Execution. Flawless Execution is a tiered penance, goes from 1 to 2 to 3. But we're only going to be talking about tier 3 since that is the only one that matters. You have to do 15 Malice missions in a row without going down. Going down is very obvious to what it means, but it also can mean if you are hanging off a ledge, you will not be able to get this penance because that technically counts as going down. Might be obvious to some, but not to others, and I just want to bring that up before we start. Now, this penance is ridiculously hard. It is a penance that I recommend that you do with a group or you do with one other friend who will protect you from mutants and dogs. Those are going to be your two biggest things that are going to ruin your day that you can control. The other things that are going to ruin your day that you cannot control necessarily are going to be snipers and the monstrosities. Now, before we talk about monstrosities, we're going to talk about what missions I think are going to be the best to do this penance on. And there's 3 in particular that I think are going to be good rotational missions to go through that are quick, easy, effective, and I'll explain why for all of them. You're going to want to look for Consignment Yard. You don't want any special conditions unless it's low intensity. It is a raid. It is very, very easy. I recommend it for a lot of penances because 1, it's a 15 to 20 minute mission at most. It is very easy in terms of gameplay, and it has wide open floors to avoid a lot of monstrosities. The other one that I want to talk about is Vigil Station. It's an espionage. It's on the torrent. It is also a very easy mission, anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. You're grouped up for a lot of it. You can easily dodge and manipulate the enemies. The rooms are very open and there's very few places to fall off of. The last one I want to talk about is the Enclavum Barros. Throne side, it's a strike. Again, it's a 15 to 20 minute mission. Very easy to avoid a lot of enemies, and it is very, very open, and it's very, very closed off where there's not a lot of places that you can be thrown off, knocked off, or anything like that to avoid any downs at all. Now, let's talk about monstrosities and why they're going to be your second biggest failure for this. Plague Ogrins can charge, knock you off, throw you off, just like mutants. But monstrosities are here nor there. Sometimes they show up twice a mission. Sometimes they don't show up at all. For the Plague Ogrin, I recommend you're in the back. You avoid everything, and you're good to go. For the Beasts of Nurgle, as long as you are not in the front, you can have somebody draw aggro. You can flank it to the side. You can get directly behind it, shoot its weak spot. Avoid the yellow goo and avoid after you've killed it until it's fully exploded, then you can press on through. For the Daemon Host or the Demon Host, whichever one you prefer to call it, you can avoid it entirely. The problem is if you avoid it, you will see it 2 more times throughout your mission, almost guaranteed at least 2, depending on where you find it. If you find it closer to the end of the mission, you might only see it 1 more time. As long as you can avoid it, it is not a threat. It's not an issue. But if your team does aggro it, do not attack it. Let the idiot who aggroed it and let the other idiot who's attacking it take the aggro, let them die, try to rescue them. That is all you can do, and hope that your run is not fucked. It is very, very easy to run into the Daemon Hosts or the Demon Hosts and think they're just any other normal enemy. To avoid that, you can click your spam over enemies you think might be the Demon Host. You just try to avoid them. Also, any bombs near any ledges, blow them up immediately. Your teammates will sometimes troll you, and if you're with a friend and they're bored, they will definitely troll you, and you do not want that happening. If there are any missions you think are easier than the 3 that I listed, I recommend you post them down below and explain why. It might help other people who are trying to do these 3 missions that I've listed on rotation and are not getting the success that they're hoping for. But those three are definitely the easiest for me, and especially after you've memorized them from running them a couple of times, they are a cakewalk. I hope you guys take care, stay awesome, and best of luck getting this penance. Hopefully penances are reworked by the time this comes out and this guide is obsolete, but if it's not, I hope you guys can use this to get it. Take care.